3 years from now, the BBA graduate sitting in front of an interviewer will not be asked, "What have you studied?" He would rather be asked, "What have you done?" If the answer is just a mark sheet, then it's going to be a problem. We spend a lot of time talking to recruiters, and we also spend a lot of time talking to students. The gap between what the recruiters want and what the students study is widening at a rapid pace, especially in the age of AI. For decades, the formula has been simple. Study business for 3 years, graduate out and join a company, and the next 5 years you figure out how things work. But that formula does not work now in the AI world. The companies hiring today don't have 5 years to wait. They are looking for people who walk in already knowing how to think, how to decide, and how to operate in the world of AI. And then you look at what do BBA graduates walk out with after 3 years. A mark sheet, an internship report, maybe a group project in the last semester which hardly anybody remembers. 3 years of college is all they have, and that's the only proof. This gap exists because most BBA programs haven't changed. Most of them did not see the AI wave coming, and the few that did, they did the easiest thing possible. They added an AI subject and maybe an elective in semester 5. Maybe they added a ChatGPT workshop and called themselves future ready. Well, that's not a program. That's just a patch. We started Stride from a blank page, and two things became very clear to us. Number one, AI cannot be just another subject. It has to be the way you learn everything. You learn marketing with AI, you learn finance with AI, you learn operations with AI. It's not a chapter at the end. It's the way you learn from day one. Number two, you still need to learn business. In fact, thoroughly. You can't apply AI on a business problem if you do not understand the nuances of business. That's the design philosophy. AI is the method and not just a subject. Hands-on from day one. Let me show you how that looks like year by year. Year 1 is discover. This year, AI is your assistant. You ask it questions. It helps you research, analyze, and create. So you learn to prompt well and to know what output is coming at you, whether AI is right or is AI wrong. And it all starts with this. Day 1, every student gets their own Apple MacBook. Not a shared lab, your own machine, your workspace. Every machine is loaded with ChatGPT, Claude, Canva AI, Perplexity, the full AI stack. You carry it everywhere, you use it every day. Your first big question in semester 1 is simple. Pick a company, any company, Zomato, Nykaa, Boat, whatever you like, and tell me how this business actually works. Not the story they tell in the interviews, not the founder's quote on LinkedIn, but the actual business. How does it make money? Where does it lose money? What does it take to get one customer through the door? And what is the value of that customer over their lifetime? So you are using Perplexity to pull the research, all the data. And then you use Claude to structure your thoughts. And then you move to ChatGPT to pressure test your logic. And you are using Excel to do all the numbers. And in answering this question, like really answering it as I described, what you are learning is how a P&L actually works. You also learn what do CAC and LTV mean, not as mere definitions, but as numbers which you yourself had to find. You also learn what right market sizing means. You learn about the right unit economics. You see the right things in the business, what is working and what is quietly bleeding. That's financial analysis, market sizing, and unit economics, 3 of your subjects in semester 1. And there is AI running all throughout. That's AI fluency. Not just a subject, but the biggest subject throughout the program. You have been using it this whole time. The output is a 10-page business breakdown, a full presentation you stand up and deliver. But here is what actually happens in that process. And this is the part that you will not even see in our curriculum. You start to see the businesses differently. You will walk past a retail store and you will be like, what are their margins? can they be improved? You will notice a startup raise funding and you would want to know their unit economics. You would want to know whether they make sense or not. This part, where you start seeing the world around you differently, you start appreciating the businesses. This is what semester 1 is teaching you. Semester 2 is about AI in marketing. Most BBA programs teach marketing concepts through a textbook. You will learn about 4 Ps, customer behavior, segmentation, targeting, positioning. At Stride, you will learn the same concepts, but not in a classroom. You will learn them by actually doing marketing. You are creating content with Canva AI, Kling, and 11 Labs. You are posting it and then you are reading the data. What is getting attention? What is not? And why? You are growing a real audience from zero. And that is the AI Creator Channel. This is about audience strategy and competitive intelligence. You are practicing the single most important idea in marketing, that is consumer attention. At the same time, you are learning consulting frameworks, how to structure a problem, how to break it down into smaller chunks, and finally, how to present your thinking clearly. Then you learn SQL and Python basics. No, not by coding it from scratch. You just tell it in plain English and then let the AI write the code. Then you read it and understand it. You have cleared your first AI certifications from the likes of Google and HubSpot. Just by looking at the P&L, you can tell the health of a company. You have not actually studied marketing but really practiced it, and you have used more AI tools than most working professionals have ever had. And this is just year 1. In year 1, AI was your assistant. It did as you told it to do so. You prompted and it responded. But in year 2, that's not enough. Now AI becomes your team. It takes decisions basis the business logic. It can qualify leads. It can find problems in your data. It can even run marketing campaigns on its own. So you stop prompting now and you start designing. That's the shift. So in semester 3, the question changes. It is no longer analyze this company, but grow this company. So you are given a company, let's say Boat or Mama Earth, any company, and you are supposed to build an AI-driven growth system for that company. We are not talking about a PPT which talks about the growth strategy, but a real working prototype. So you are designing AI agents that do real work. They are monitoring your competitors. They are scoring your leads. They track your costs. They even give you live feedback on your running campaigns and many other tasks. You connect them all together, test them, and then present the whole system to a faculty panel. At the same time, you are trying to figure out what do things actually cost. That's cost analytics, by the way. So you are running experiments, reading the data with AI, and trying to figure out why some things worked and some did not. Every 2 weeks, you are in a room with a real business case in front of you. Let's say there is a pricing dilemma, or you could be evaluating a market entry strategy, or there could be a threat from a competitor. So you have to argue your position and then defend it. Semester 4 is the AI Venture Challenge, and this is where you stop studying business and start running one. So your team launches a real venture, real product, real pricing, real customers, real revenue. This is not a simulation. This is not just a PPT. You have actually put something into the world and there are actual people paying for it. AI agents are your team. They are running marketing campaigns, tracking costs, even handling customer queries for you. And you are modeling finances with AI, running supply chain and operations, and negotiating. Not in theory, because your venture needs it. And then you present it to a panel and defend each and every number, including what an AI agent costs you versus what it delivered. Something shifts in year 2. You stop thinking of yourself as a student, but rather as someone who can run and build things. That's a hard thing to teach. But when you have had real customers paying money for your real products, it automatically happens. At the end of year 2, every Stride student goes for an internship. And when they walk in, they are not making coffee, they are not just observing, They are not just entering data. They are contributing in real meaningful ways from day one. That's year 2. In year 2, you design individual AI agents for very specific problems. Year 3 is emerge, where you connect them all into a system and run it like an operator. You are not using AI anymore, you are managing it now. So you pick a domain, marketing, finance, product, operations, whatever domain you would like to go deep in. And then you design the whole system in that domain. If you decide to go deep in marketing, maybe you build a campaign tracker which tracks competitors and optimizes your content week after week. If you are going deep in finance, maybe you build a portfolio tracker which catches problems early and sends automated alerts. You run this system for an entire semester. You maintain it, you improve it, you make decisions based on what it tells you, just like you would at any job. The only difference being that it is an AI system telling you. That is AI systems architecture and strategic management working together. You are not just learning strategy from a textbook, you are applying your business strategy to a system you are actually responsible for. Then in semester 6, we flip it. We'll give you a company which you have probably never heard of, in an industry you are unfamiliar with, and we will tell you, figure it out. The data is unfamiliar, the industry is unfamiliar, and we will push back on every single assumption. That's as closer to a consulting assignment as it can get, and no exam can prepare you for that. By the time you graduate, you have already earned 10 industry certifications, Google, SEMrush, HubSpot, and many more. And by the time you are ready to sit in a placement interview, you have already done it many times over. You are not preparing for a job anymore. You are walking into one. That is year 3. Parents ask me every week, what exactly are you teaching my child? And students ask me, when I sit across that interviewer, will I be able to make a difference? The answer to both is the same. We are building a UG business program where you apply AI and not just compete with it, where you run businesses and not just study business, where you actually build something and not just sit through the classes. The degree is a proper BBA in partnership with AICTE approved colleges, a recognized degree with no compromises. The AI wave is here for all of us. It is for real. It's not going to leave anyone untouched. The real question is, are you going to ride this wave, or are you going to be the one who is playing the catching up game for the next decade? Take the SBAT, that's where it all starts.